announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommate from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Mercer, one half of the tag team champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by Indy Wrestling US. Check out IWC, RWA, and more. And listeners like you, support this show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show Christmas edition. If you're on the video, you see that we've obviously decorated. We have, oh my God, the stuff happening behind me is amazing.
Right now, and it's amazing.
We got a very, very special show. A lot to get to. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh. And usually we usually pack people in here on Christmas, but instead we pack them into the Google Meet, including Mad Mike in Beacon, New York. He's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE, amongst other
Hey guys,
letters.
Don't worry, 2020 is gonna be over in a snap.
He wait, that is an Infinity Gauntlet sweater?
Yeah, it is. What? It's an Infinity Gauntlet sweater, Sorg, and it says "Merry Christmas 3000" on it.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's
I love that so
amazing.
I thought this literally kept popping up in October on all my targeted ads. I'm like, fine, internet, you have me. I will buy the fucking thing.
Oh,
Damn you, Bezos.
Damn you. Also with us, he is back. He is the Rizz.
I'm doing something right now, Sorg. I'm like tagging everything in your Mayhem show chat in the Sorgatron Media Twitch account right now with some festive Rizz Plays Games emotes.
Wait. On the Twitch? This is
on my Twitch.
This is on your Twitch.
On Sorgatron Media Twitch.
On the Sorgatron Media Twitch, which we are on right now, and
Yeah.
you are doing something very festive, and I'm going to try to bring it up here. What's playing behind you? Who's playing behind you?
Who is playing behind me?
You usually have a pretty good feed.
It is Santana Diamonds and Hooven versus the Board of Education.
There you go.
2BW.
Very nice.
There you go. Oh, whoa. Those are. Wait. Is that what I think it is? Oh, hold on, let me see if I can zoom in here. Those are Great Khalis with Rudolph antlers and noses.
Yep. You can
wild.
unlock that with Twitch like
What?
Twitch points.
What?
Rizz,
on
you
my
should have told me.
channel.
I would have written a Great Khali Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer parody song.
Oh, there might be some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Actually, spoiler alert, there is a Rudolph song that we'll play tonight. What? Yeah, I didn't even tell you about this.
Oh,
we
no.
we got
I'm
something
excited.
special. This is the mayhem that's going to keep on giving, and I got to keep giving you the rest of the people on the line. First of all, he is back. He is back. He had a scary moment there, but he is back, and he is pink now. He is Ronnie Starks with us.
I'm a bunny.
You'll put your eye out, kid.
I love it. I love
Hey,
it.
everybody.
I forgot you have that, and how could I forget you have that?
I wore it last year.
I know, dude. You mean like 5 years ago in feeling time, right?
I don't even know what day it is, what month it is, the day of the month, or even the year.
You're looking
Thank you, Ronnie.
good.
We'll be there for you.
You're looking
Thanks,
good.
pal.
I'm glad to have you back, sir. Glad to see you're doing okay.
Thank you, buddy. I'm happy to be back. It was a very long 6 weeks of my life.
Jeez, 6. Wow.
Yeah.
Ronnie. I guess we can say Ronnie had the COVID, and it was pretty rocky there for a bit. So
Yeah, yeah. You guys almost didn't have Ronnie back.
okay. But we do. It's a Christmas miracle.
But Ronnie, luckily,
Christopher.
it lasted only about as long as an average WWE storyline.
Phew.
I gotta tell you what. If we're going to talk about WWE, you didn't miss much. You're all right.
Hey, I
Yeah.
kicked out of 2, man. It's fine.
It's fair point.
You got back just in time for the arson. Also with us, Tatiana Rose is with us. Tatiana Rose is with us as well, back on the show.
Hi, everybody. Blessed Yule. Hope everybody had a happy Hanukkah, and of course, Merry Christmas.
There you go. And of course, you were just joining us on the feeds. We had Top Rope Tabletop this past week.
Yep, I was all green at that time, and today I'm all red.
Perfect.
Except for, when I'm not.
Hashtag all red everything.
No.
That might be taken.
Oh,
That might be taken.
Yeah, you might
Listen.
want to do that. And
that gave me a little bit
let's
shivers
see.
there.
Judging by his social media feed, I'm guessing I'm saying former pro wrestler, current whiskey connoisseur Chris LeRusso is joining us.
Wait, Sorg.
Hmm.
Sorg, we agreed to this last night. Christmas,
In honor. Oh,
Christmas LaRusso.
go ahead, Mike.
Christmas LeRusso.
Christmas LaRusso!
Go ahead, Chris.
In everyone who's worked on the creative team for WWE this past year, I have the latest whiskey that I will be reviewing on Liquor with LeRusso.
Oh, writer's tears.
Perfection. Chef's kiss.
So yeah, you did start a new project of the whiskey variety.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's one of those things like, well, if you do what you love as your job, you'll never work another day in your life. So why not give this a try? So.
Oh, there it is.
Oh boy.
Look at that
There you
pour.
go.
Live pour.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good pour. That's a good pour.
Apple and ginger in this. I can definitely
Okay.
pick that up.
A little bit of Seamus. Got it.
A little bit of my ancestors, huh?
Ooh, smooth with a little bite at the end. Highly recommend. 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh, so it is WWE booking.
Okay, if it was WWE booking, it would be 2.5 stars. Let's be honest.
I was gonna say 2 out of 5, but
Wow.
that works too.
Wow, the hot takes.
NXT booking, on the other hand.
The hot
Wow.
takes
That's a 4 out of 5.
right out of the gate here, guys. We got plenty of opportunity for hot takes and probably more alcohol fueled.
alcohol.
Alcohol.
Sorg, are you
Sorg's
back
the only
on
one
boobing?
not drinking.
This is
Do you-
no.
do you need some- Do you need
No.
some chicken nuggets too?
I get some chicken nuggets from alcohol. I'm
It's
ordering
not
food
chicken
tonight,
nuggies,
aren't I?
it's dino nuggies.
Dino nuggets.
Yes, I know Nugget.
I did start drinking on the Awesome Cast earlier, and it's just Mike's Hard Lemonade. I'm not going that hard. I do need to drive.
You're not gonna get drunk off.
I
of Mike's Hard
do.
Lemonade.
I need to
That's
drive
already
3
real.
blocks and
Mike's lemonade.
edit the
Wait,
show.
Sorg, so you
Sorg,
don't call
get
that
some
my heart
control over
lemonade?
this
Like I
bad
do?
house. What's the first segment?
What's
If we're getting the booze out, I guess I'll get a little bit of the bubbly out.
hey?
Yes.
I discovered. I did not.
I'm-
I knew
I'm
about.
drinking canned Moscow Mules. If everyone's showing
Nice.
off,
Oh,
Nice.
Really?
these are delicious.
I will.
By
warn-
I didn't know there was a thing.
If you can find these in your local liquory, I don't know how to say alcohol store
I will-
in Pennsylvania.
Liquor store.
All right, I don't know how to say things in Pennsylvania. You guys say Carnegie different than the
Wait.
man's name, so
wait. We say liquor store.
Why do you wait? You pronounce it Carnegie?
yes, that's how it's pronounced.
Carnegie.
I've been to Carnegie Hall.
Oh, here we
You
go.
know how you
We
get
didn't even,
there? Practice, practice, practice. Take a left.
we didn't even get to the Slice on Broadway ad. But anyways, if you haven't been able to tell, this is usually a train wreck. But it's okay. We have some pre-recorded segments to make it okay. We have singing tonight. We have predictions. We have what we learned from the year. We have gifts to give out. Well, one particular gift to give out.
By the way, Sorg, I do appreciate your gift. I do appreciate your gift that you gave me.
I didn't give you anything yet, Rizz.
Sorg, we haven't
What'd you get me? What'd you get me? What'd you
Wait.
get me? What'd you get me?
Something?
I didn't. What?
Riz, we didn't give you anything.
What do you think you
You
got?
get nothing.
What do you think the gift is, Riz?
Yeah. What do you think
You
we
get
gave you?
You
nothing.
didn't give me the joke book?
No, I didn't give you the joke book. Oh
no.
no!
Oh no! Oh, this is gonna be great.
Oh,
I don't know about
no.
you guys, but I'm expecting a lot of wine on this show.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
we
That's
always
the joke.
whine about wrestling, but
Hey!
Oh, I think
Thank you for
we're just gonna go full screen on everybody over here. Just and in
gonna
the
be
meantime,
great.
I need to get into the business. Hey guys, please check out Wrestling Mayhem Show, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Subscribe to us on all your favorite podcast platforms, and please rate and review it. Please drop us a line at that email address.
good times, good times all the way.
Wow. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, or you can send us get on the hotline and give us a call or sing to us. Apparently at
Oh
41
my God! Please drunkenly sing to us over Christmas.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
please.
Put it on your
Consider
phone.
it done.
Put it on your phone as first person to call when the ball drops on New Year's. That's 412-206-WMS0. Tweet us at Mayhem Show and follow our Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and group. A lot of great discussion happening over there on the Wrestling Mayhem Show group. We are live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live, social Sorgatron Media, Twitch, and the Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube page. We give up on Periscope because so did Twitter. But we will be not live next week in between the holidays, but we do have a pre-recorded special. We sat down and had a nice hour and a half conversation with our Patreon supporters a couple weeks ago. So that will be out there for you guys, and we had a great conversation just about wrestling in the year and everything with them as well. So I think they got their predictions. They got first crack at the predictions. So if there's
Holy
any
shit.
repeats, they
So
got it first.
Do we have last year's predictions?
We
documented?
do. We do have them.
Yes,
And-
excellent. I
yeah.
love
No
it.
one was right. There's the
No.
spoiler.
Yeah, the spoiler is nothing was correct. So-
No.
No one.
No one
I'm
could have
pretty
predicted
sure.
this year.
No.
I don't think
So-
anybody could predict.
Somehow,
anything like that.
I was the most right in my prediction on AwesomeCast because I predicted everything that the coronavirus sped up in technology. So,
Yeah.
Did something happen this year?
we gotta catch Ronnie up. Almost gave you a new name there. Anyways, also thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/awesomecast. Again, many of which joined us on that show last week. That you'll see next week. Our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity! As well as Ed Burke, Bobby F. J. Town, and Team Hammer Fist. Our friends at the Poppy Club level, Dave Podner and Tina Keys. And our friends at the Pizza Club, Doc Remedy and Kyle Turner. And at the manager level, Farnsworth Investments and Bradley Brothers.
Ask Bradley.
Ask Brad. That's right. There's, by the way, for those that haven't been on the show for a while, Ronnie, I know you have for a while. As a manager, Bradley declared no butts on the show.
I'll give him all the butts he deserves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
This whiskey is delicious.
Yes. Oh man.
So let's get started with okay, Rizz, you showed the book. What is this book again that you have? What is this?
I remember like a few weeks when I was on the show like a couple weeks ago, I gave off examples of the Legendary WWE Joke Book.
no.
Wait, it's actually called the Legendary Joke Book?
WWE Legendary Joke Book.
I don't
I'm
remember
excited.
that on the Amazon page.
no.
I'm excited for this. It's gonna
It
be
was
great.
$5.
The past 6 years of the WWE?
When was this? I'm not even sure when it was.
I think
actually-
he's just assuming the company in general is a joke.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
You know.
This.
Oh,
So yeah, I got the book just because I.
All right, we got to space them out. I don't want OD on these things. I mean,
Oh, no,
we can only take too
it's-
much Legendary.
You cannot, and I will not subject you all to the amazingness of where does Bray Wyatt hide his dinner rolls?
Where?
Ooh. Where does Bray Wyatt hide his dinner rolls?
That's a fabulous question. Where does he hide his dinner rolls?
I mean, I imagine they're burnt now.
Oh, Mike, don't be such a dummy.
The Firefly Bunhouse.
Hang up on him right now.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hang
I
up on
love
him.
that. I love
Anyway,
that.
happy
I-
holidays, everybody.
Right
Good
now.
seeing you all.
Well, it was a
Yeah.
good show. We'll see you
To
next
be
time.
fair,
Good show, everybody.
fair,
Mayhem out. Good
I
night.
give credit for how current the answer to that joke was.
It is.
I give credit for that.
What is the copyright of that
It
book?
wasn't funny,
I'm
but it was
trying to
topical.
look-
No, it wasn't funny, but
It's not
give
funny at
credit
all.
It was a
to how
joke.
current it was.
You can kind of say it was a joke, right?
Yeah,
Kind of.
Sure.
it was a play on words.
Sure, mostly kind of. But yeah.
I'm trying to look for the copyright.
Tina says mayhem out.
Yeah, Mayhem out. Have a great year, everybody.
All right. Well,
See
let's
you
just
never anymore.
let's try to
Just wait.
pick it up. I don't pick it up a little bit. Let's look back at 2020. We usually do this at the end of the show,
we
but let's
have to.
let's kick it.
What even happened in 2020?
I want to go around the horn and ask everybody what they learned from professional wrestling in 2020 as we look
Oh.
back to it.
Ugh.
Usually it's what you learn. It's at the end of the show. It's pretty much what we recapped for the week. But what did you learn
Sorg,
from
call on
2020?
somebody. So
What's that?
call on somebody.
Call on somebody. I want to put anybody on the spot.
Well, then I'll go first if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
So, number one is that I think we learned how far ahead of the curve Matt Hardy was,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and how I think that everyone who rolled their eyes at the final deletion, who rolled their eyes at cinematic wrestling, who rolled their eyes at some of the more ridiculous things that were done was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was main evented by cinematic wrestling.
2 nights.
Mhm.
And you can go, well, that was by necessity. And yeah, if Hardy had not done the final deletion, they would have been trying to figure that stuff out on the fly a week and a half before Mania was aired and recorded.
Mhm.
So a ton of credit to Matt Hardy for being so far ahead of the curve. And I don't think he envisioned COVID, but I think he envisioned a time where you would need to have pro wrestling without a crowd and with the advantages of being pre-recorded, of being produced in a cinematic manner. He was so far ahead of the curve. The other thing that I think we learned is that promoters from the independent all the way to the top of the industry did everything in their power to put out content.
Yeah.
The ones that could put out shows did. The ones that couldn't put out shows found either things they could do online or things they could do on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone tried to stay relevant in their own way.
And it wasn't the same.
I think that
like every company that I've worked with has done a different thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it
Yes.
was there wasn't a lot of copying going on.
No,
No, and a lot of places came up with different ideas and different concepts to be like, all right, there's no crowd. What do we do? Okay, let's run a show outdoors.
Mhm.
Let's run a show that's social distance. Hey, we don't have the budget for an outdoor show or socially distant show, or the weather turned bad. All right, let's do something cool with no fans. Let's do the Masked Wrestler.
Mhm.
Let's do some content
Pre-recorded
online that
pre-recorded shows are put together in post.
yes.
Yeah.
So really across the industry, a lot of people could have just thrown up their hands and said, I'll see you in 2021.
Yeah.
And it seems like I have not heard, and knock on wood, I have not heard any company at this point that I'm aware of that said, we're done, we're closed, and we're never coming back.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen anyone just that this destroyed. I've seen COVID destroy industries, in entertainment, in the restaurant industry, in the bar industry, small businesses, large businesses. Pro wrestling to roll with the punch, and now seems to me poised to not only come back, but to come back bigger than ever, because I think people want live entertainment. I think people want something that gives you that human connection that pro wrestling is so unique at and is so good at.
Mm-hmm.
And 2020, for every shitty thing that happened in this year, pro wrestling, I think, showed that it can survive just about anything.
And off of that, because the thing I learned, on that, you're talking about on the promotion level, but I want to speak on the individual level, because I think you're always kind of looking for. I mean, you Chris, training students, you're always kind of looking for teaching them how to kind of grow and present themselves. Correct.
Correct.
So I think a lot of them, some, for reasons, some are just feel not safe, wrestling right now, and that's okay too. But even those that don't, maybe haven't wrestled a match since March, are still doing a presence online and digging into that, whether it be, and this is kind of a half and half, like the MV Young, like no ring stuff that's been happening, or kind of if anybody kind of benefit from this, like the Danhausen, Warhorse, and Calix, is that the guy? Am I saying the name right there, Rizz?
Big Calix.
Big Calix, they're making content that's not in, it's more character driven. So that part is being developed even stronger. And you're seeing, and that has been kind of a creative gut check. Like
yes,
I said,
very much so.
For the promotions and for the individuals in wrestling themselves.
And it proved a big thing where, if all you brought to the table was pro wrestling, to the table was what you did bell to bell, this year was incredibly difficult for you. because either there was no bell-to-bell wrestling, or the opportunities for bell-to-bell wrestling were so cut down that you know. And then there were some big events. I mean, I think people forget the Collective happened this year, and you know, despite all odds. So I think that what this did is, for the people who really only relied on their bell-to-bell content, they had to evolve. They had to take a look in the mirror and be like, how do I stay relevant if I throw super kicks and power bombs? Well, you know, you put out that content, you put out that comedy, you put out that, you start drinking in your apartment, you know, whatever you need to do to put something out there to the fans that continues engagement. And I actually do have a very hopeful view for 2021. I don't know that it's going to go 100% back to normal in 2021, but we're definitely going to get there. And I think the fans are going to be starved for it. So I'm looking forward to 2021.
Absolutely. The couple of shows that I've attended or been a part of in West Virginia and Chicago, you know, which, you know, you're not seeing a lot, you know, I mean, it was, you know, football fields and well, West Virginia is pretty much the Wild West. But you know, it was like people were driving down from Pennsylvania, where there's not a lot happening in Pennsylvania. You know, some companies running, obviously the one you work with, but some are just like, we can't, like you said, can't function.
Ohio got hit hard.
Ohio,
too. Like a lot of really great companies in Ohio had to sit on the show. I don't think anyone ran in Ohio this year.
I don't, other than backyard shows that, you know, under the, you know, on the outlaw shows, basically. AIW, you know, are fortunate that they have that fan base that they could travel and do Indiana, of course, but for others that just don't have that, you had nothing. And I think the ones that would have said F it here in Pennsylvania, even some of them just kind of scurried over the border to West Virginia. So, but no, I think that's you know, it's going to be stronger for everybody, and it's going to kind of see who can hang. You know, I think that's what kind of proved a lot this year. Let's go to the line.
100%. And I think that the people who we haven't.
Go ahead. Go ahead, finish your thought, and I'll move to somebody else.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, I think that the people who we haven't heard a lot of in the past year, I think are going to come out and they're going to have to bring their A game. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I think that we're going to see a lot of companies get very creative, and a lot of people who had to, you know, take a back seat this year come out guns a-blazing. So looking forward to 2021.
Excellent. Mad Mike, what did you learn from wrestling in 2020?
I learned it's kind of a joint thing. I learned that live fans for wrestling are absolutely necessary, but holy shit, would they have ruined some of the best stuff we got this year.
And you're speaking, I know you've been really high on the Roman Reigns stuff that's been happening the last couple months.
A lot, like anything where any segment on WWE where you would have had a microphone and they didn't have to do that because there's no ambient noise in the crowd. There's no one chanting what or anything like that. I remember, I think it was Kevin Owens relaying something that Steve Austin taught him way back in the day, like when he was still Kevin Steen. Like, always be talking in your match. Always be talking trash. Always be building your character. That has been happening to the nth degree this year. And
it was a requirement for a minute in WWE when they had no Thunderdome, right? It was like,
but it's the reason Bayley was huge. Like Bayley got huge over just lambasting Michael Cole every chance she got because she can hear Michael Cole's commentary.
I noticed that the Ring of Honor show was doing that a lot too. Like he'd just be like, shut up, Ichabani, you know, from the ring or something. It was fun.
It's perfect. It's a shame. Like, I'll be glad when we get crowds back, but stuff like that is gonna go away, and it's gonna be really, really sad.
Would it be interesting if some promotions decide that this is the way we do it? even after we come back.
I don't think
That's
financially.
revenue right there.
Yeah, I don't think financially.
What if it's
That's money.
smaller promotions that just want the TV, YouTube stuff, and
Yeah,
don't want the.
but a gate, Sorg, a gate.
If you're being successful, I'm sorry to jump in here, but if you are being successful on YouTube or on streaming or on iPay-per-view, why would you take away any additional revenue? Even if it's only 50 fans or 100 fans, that's still a little bit extra. I think that maybe and WWE has known this for a long time, that the gate doesn't have to be the be-all, end-all of your income.
No.
So,
but the gate also generates a lot more merch sales.
I'm more thinking
it just generates exposure in general too. And plus, you can't, like, as much as I love the moment where Drew McIntyre wins the title at WrestleMania and he just looks into the camera and he's like, "I did this for you guys." Like, as much as I love that moment, because that to me was when Drew McIntyre was like, "Oh, okay, this is someone I wasn't really sure on. I'm in now." You can't beat the atmosphere of having a live crowd behind you while you do that. So you want people to do as much stuff. Like the Roman Reigns Jey Uso matches would never have happened the way they would have if there was a crowd.
Absolutely.
Because you just wouldn't hear Roman screaming "acknowledge me." Like, you wouldn't hear that. The crowd wouldn't hear it, but they told the story so well. But then again, a lot of people need that live crowd, especially like New Day. I feel like they suffered a lot this year because they thrive off the crowd. Not that they're bad or anything like that, but some acts just need that energy.
Absolutely. Tati, what'd you learn from wrestling this year?
Oh, I learned that getting hurt during a pandemic is a lot different than getting hurt when wrestling is normal. And it's not just because, oh, well, there's no shows going on anyway, so you don't have to push yourself to get back into ring mode. It's more of when you're injured and there's no shows to go to, it makes it a bit emotionally draining to be injured because, well, now the only product I get to watch is on TV, and it's that much harder for me to get there. And now I'm not being surrounded by my friends who are giving me shit about this latest injury, who are giving me tips on how to deal with it, who are gonna be there as I sort of recover and get back to the ring. I can't be around those people anymore. So you're just kind of stuck. So it's not as great of a thing as what Mike and Chris are talking about, but it is definitely it's definitely interesting to just sort of have those two experiences and sort of panel them side by side and go, ooh, that.
Can I jump in here real quick? And I'm going to put over Miss Rose here for a second. Is that there are 300-pound guys who would have gone through some of the things she went through and said, "Fuck it, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not doing this." And certainly would not have broken their arm and come back to practice. So, I gotta put over Tatiana here for a second, just because, she's shown great heart and great toughness, and I hope that all this nonsense over the past year, starts to pay off for you with the opportunities that you earned and do deserve when shows come back in 2021. So.
Yeah, Tati, I twisted my knee a couple of years ago, and I still just sigh heavily when I see a big flight of stairs. So hands off to you.
I fell out of my bed this morning, and I still have to face that tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
Ronnie, what did you learn from wrestling this year?
Man, I got a full of Tati.
Hey, but you're wearing that. You go through this year, fucker.
Hey, Ronnie.
Wait.
Ronnie
Yo,
beat the
yo,
plague.
Ronnie.
It's okay. We
Okay,
can talk about it.
let's not sell Ronnie short. He beat the plague.
Yes.
Okay?
Ronnie, what hurt kicking you or COVID?
What's that?
What hurt worse, facade kicking you or COVID?
COVID.
Oh, wow.
2020, the year Ronnie wouldn't put over the plague.
Oh,
Hey, man, I kicked out of 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
Man, 2020 has been fuck, man. It's been a year. You
Yeah.
know?
We just
Yeah.
call that the show.
Should that be the title of this episode?
Yeah.
2020, man. Fuck. What did
Year
I?
in review.
God,
It's
a year in
getting-
review. Let's see here. 2020 wrestling wise, and I guess I'll talk about myself too. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't like talking about myself. When you think about it, and I know this is gonna sound really fucking stupid, but maybe, it's been a little bit of a blessing in disguise for wrestling in a certain way, because it gives everybody a new way to experiment with different things.
Mhm.
I mean, with the whole Thunderdome and with how this whole thing went, and you have all these brand new characters that they can just bring up to the main roster. I mean, you had Austin Theory on WrestleMania, for God's sake. And not putting anything against the kid. I like him. I think he's really good. But, you had all these guys that you didn't think would be on the main roster for the biggest show of the year just get pulled up. And it's been a good year for wrestling, just not the way we would have hoped it would have been.
Yeah.
And then plus with the indies, that sucked for a lot of people. But I was fortunate enough to do a lot of stuff for Real Shoot, and we were doing shows. We were taping 2 shows at a time, every 2 weeks, and we did a lot of good content, and people were watching it.
Yeah.
And I did some other
I
stuff.
would agree with that.
Yeah, and there was another thing we did that we don't talk about. But for the Spiffy show, but we did everything we could with what we had.
Yeah.
And everything went well for the people who could do stuff. IWC did a lot of their outdoor shows at the baseball field. I went to a couple. That was a good time. They drew well, and everything was great. And I heard you guys, last show you guys had was great. So indie wrestling has been okay. It just hasn't been the way we wanted it to be.
And to kind of,
I think I'm going to jump in real quick because I don't want to take up too much time, but I think this has also put over how badly wrestling needs an off season.
Yeah. Absolutely.
At least that companies need to take breaks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
Riz.
was gonna say it also seemed like, because WWE's been putting out a lot of stuff with behind the scenes and everything.
Mhm.
It seems like the wrestlers are a lot happier that they don't have to travel.
Absolutely.
6 days.
And
they're just staying in Orlando, man. They don't gotta go anywhere.
And they're killing house shows for the foreseeable future.
Yeah,
Indefinitely.
I watched the Chronicle of Kevin Owens today, and he's like,
Can I actually put something out on my, not that this is some big confessional moment, but I was pretty close to fried around February of this year.
Wow.
And I was very, very strongly considering either taking an extended break or, because I had been going, I'd been lucky on the one hand, I had not been injured in over 5 years, but what that meant is that I had been training and going for 5 years straight, and I was almost at the end of my rope. And as a blessing in disguise, the initial break and the reduced schedule through the summer, while the COVID was, alongside of it, if I hadn't taken that break, I probably would have been gone for a year or more just from burnout.
Yeah.
So
I
think it illustrated how badly companies need to take those breaks.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
No, it's okay. I'm agreeing with Chris. You guys, like Chris, I've been burnt out for a while, and I didn't want to work anymore or do anything.
Yo, Ronnie retired like 3 times this year.
I tried, and no one would let. The first 2 times, everybody's like, "No, you can't yet, you can't yet," and then we started doing stuff at Real Shoot. And then after my dad died, and then I was like, just fuck this. I can't even do this shit anymore. And it's just been stupid because earlier in the year, like, I busted my rotator cuff, and then I couldn't, and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I can't even deal with this. And then it was just one thing after another. And I had fun with Zach and Noctis. Like, Good Guys was, no pun intended, a good time. But, like, I just didn't want to work anymore, man.
Yeah.
I was just like, I couldn't take it. And then when the opportunity came, I'm like, well, this is how I just want to end it, and we're just going to do it. They're like, yeah. And then I get fucking COVID. And I'm like, happy quitting the business. Here's fucking COVID.
Rizz, you can follow all that up with what you learned, or you can read a joke.
Actually, I want to talk about what I learned.
Okay, good. Oh, good. Thank you.
Like,
Rizz learned where Bray Wyatt keeps his dinner rolls.
yeah. By the way, January 2020.
Oh,
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's the year.
Wow.
This is the reason.
So
Anyways,
that was the harbinger of doom. Got it.
that's pretty much where it all started. But this is the closest fan and wrestlers have gotten this year. With from like we do this a lot. We have wrestlers on here. We have the local guys on here, but we've done a lot with like Twitch and with other platforms that make more intertwininess of just being a part of that group. And it showed with certain aspects of 2020. I won't name names, but the social justice stuff was one of the highlights, I think.
Well, depending on how you look at it.
Well, no, I mean, like,
as part of, you mean as far as like
As
making
far as outing assholes.
making
yes.
wrestling better
bingo.
in the long run.
And like,
we definitely took out the trash.
Yeah.
we did. And yeah, for me, one of the weirder feelings was having to let stuff like Chikara go. Like, not the wrestlers. The wrestlers are like perfectly fine, but like the company that had King of Trios and they were putting on amazing shows every year to just be reduced to nothing because of looking the other way. And that started when everybody just said, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it also started because we finally stopped to catch our breath.
yes.
And looked around and said, "Oh, shit
And
ain't
looked
right here."
around- yes, a moment of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And you can also see there's a lot more important shit going on in the world than whether or not you get over on someone else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
It's more about
the,
being a
or
good
the next
person.
show, it suddenly becomes much less important.
Yeah.
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 By
it's
the
like-
way, I know I said didn't name any names, but I just named a name.
that's
but,
fine. That's fine. They're out
Okay,
Yeah.
they know who they are.
No,
and
they
more
know.
importantly, we know who they are now.
there. Yes, exactly. I want to lean into that a little bit because some of that is brought up here in what was in the chat room. Ron Bradley says, "Learn what horrible beings some people are in wrestling really are locally and nationally."
Wait, are we talking about that, or are we talking about us just sending him butts all the time?
Well, yeah, there's that too. Also learned
He
that.
knows what he did.
Also learned that Tatiana Rose is the Elaine Benes
Bennis.
of Pittsburgh Indie Wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
new
I
shirt
see-
for
I
you,
see.
Tati.
There you go.
That's
No.
a new shirt.
ProWrestlingTees.com.
You need to get a silhouette of you doing the Elaine dance, and it's all right there.
I'd wear that.
Jeez.
Kyle.
Reacted that post until I looked up who the character was because I didn't watch Seinfeld growing up. It was
Oh,
my
Elaine
parents
Benes,
didn't
okay.
like it, and it was
It's one of those
way
things
past
that
my
doesn't
time.
feel old.
Tati, all you have to do in a promo is when you're insulting someone and you mention their career, just say, "I mentioned the bisque." It'll pop huge.
I mean,
There you go.
or I could do like these pretzels are making me thirsty spits.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Rizz, one other thing, just to jump off of what you said, the connection between the fans and the performers being thinner than ever, we got to know the Undertaker better this year than at any point in the past 30 years, and that would be the last curtain got pulled back.
Yeah, that was the last. That was the last real big
To
secret.
know
That was the
he
last,
was the
like, real
last
big.
big secret.
Yeah. Back to the chat. Kyle Turner learned two things. Companies working together on multiple levels is a great way to help build buzz and new stars in a tough year. And also, wrestling companies should trademark their event names before Vince decides to steal them. Events and other
Who stole his
wrestlers. The Collective just got copywritten. Or
You're
applied for.
kidding.
Yeah.
They're attempting, and they are most likely not going to get it because, well,
A lot
they
of people
haven't
use
used
that.
it.
Yeah.
The WWE hasn't ever used the Collective in a massive marketing campaign, so they don't have a lot of ground to stand on
Well,
in getting the legal rights to the name.
The problem
Well,
is,
that's not.
yeah, it's not. We got the
That's
right
not how it
person on the
works?
show.
Oh, shit.
That's not how it works. No.
No.
I think Chris is going to give you the Cliff Notes version, but we had actually a show about Matt Conard's Reaper name getting taken by Sean Spears. Is that his name now? Yeah. And Lawless and him were talking about that. But Chris, can you give the really quick Cliff Notes of that?
The short version.
Lawless would say it better than I can. Boy.
I think it boils down to without you applying for a trademark yourself.
Yeah,
yes,
because
yes,
if you don't grab it first, you
Yeah.
don't get to say, well,
yes, you're in the right, but it's going to cost you to defend yourself, and that's where you get screwed because it's WWE.
Gotcha.
Does that seem accurate,
and
Chris?
just the absolute money juggernaut that WWE is.
Exactly. So, I think Zeke was in here. Learn that if you wanted to make it in wrestling, you got to get out there, do what you can, be entertaining. Just put it out there. And also
Zeke's another guy who, by the way, to pull the curtain back, I've seen him at the training building a couple times, and he has definitely started to get out of his shell and started to up his game. So that's another one you got to keep your eye on. There's some young ones at IWC. There's some young ones at Rise. There's a lot of growing talent that I think are about ready. I think there's going to be a talent arms race the minute that COVID is considered over. I don't know who declares that, but there's going to be an arms
Almost
race
like a
for
draft.
talent. Yeah, no, it's a draft is orderly and organized. This is going to be a mad
That's true.
scramble.
That's true.
Yes. And everybody's going to be going after those people that made themselves in the limited airspace of the limited promotions running right now, right? So like all the promotions.
Anyone who made a name for themselves.
Lee Moriarty is gone, by the
Yeah.
way. Lee Moriarty is signed and doesn't realize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If not that, he's going to be making
Someone is
music
getting
videos.
him.
Yes.
Tina learned how much diversity is needed in wrestling, as well as seeing how promoters took a chance on underrated stars. There you go. And Bobby says I missed it.
I got a few others.
Bobby says I missed this one. Learned that I wanted Charlotte Flair to leave. Get out of here, Charlotte. The song came back this week.
Get out of here,
guys.
Charlotte.
Get out of here, Charlotte. But secretly learned that Charlotte Flair was the friends we made along the way. Welcome back, Charlotte. I kind of missed her. Hey, she's on SmackDown again this week, so I'm getting that
She's
song.
already on 3 shows. Get the fuck
yeah.
out of here, Charlotte.
Merry Christmas. Mikey got a few more, and then we got to move on.
Yeah, Dave said how he learned how much he enjoys the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And Bobby also learned that wrestling without a crowd is better than constantly buzzing hornet's nest as the Thunderdome crowd noise.
A little bit. Okay.
Everybody, here comes Randy Orton. How do you think about him?
We gotta lighten it up and make it Christmassy around
Everyone
here.
give your thumbs down.
We gotta learn. Yeah, I haven't been in there yet to get this experience.
It's they don't do it for pay-per-views really.
Oh really?
Not as much.
Good. So
Not
the
as much
TV's
for
more
pay-per-view.
important. More people see the TV.
Apparently, Tina already saw SmackDown.
Yes, I caught that.
Tina, spill that tea.
Yeah.
Give us
Oh, she said
how
tune in.
badly did Kevin Owens lose?
Shout out
You
LSA.
know he lost.
We got a voicemail today.
Yes.
A festive voicemail, not for Mad Mike to be undone, Matt Mike does have a song he wrote
Wait,
that was sung by
Sorg.
pro wrestlers later in the show.
Is someone trying to steal my gimmick of making a?
I was a mysterious voicemail from a mysterious woman singing is what I received, and and here it is for you.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't think I did this right.
Live podcast.
The mute button is on. The mute button is on. So I didn't do this wrong before. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. Take 2. We'll fix it in post.
Live podcast.
You know Sasha and Bailey and Asuka and Becky, Naya and Shayna, Carmella and Lana. But do you recall the most annoying female wrestler of all? Charlotte, the daughter of Ric Flair, shows up on every show. Woo! And if you ever saw her, you would see her breasts do grow. All of the other wrestlers, they would laugh and call her names. They never liked entitled Charlotte because she's famous for her name. Then one special Sunday Eve, Vincent came to say, Charlotte, with your smile so bright, won't you guide TLC tonight? Then how the ladies loathed her as they shouted out, just leave! Charlotte, the daughter of Ric Flair, please just become his story.
Mike, are you okay?
Sorg, who did that? Because I need to give them a hug when COVID is over.
Fantastic.
Maybe they will come out. Maybe they'll come out and tell you here eventually.
Oh my God, that was
glorious.
lovely.
That was glorious.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, I've been trying for years to successfully do a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer parody.
And somebody just walks right in and does a great one.
Just strutted right up from the fucking Queen City. And,
and just came on, just
blew
walked,
the doors off.
walked into your personal TLC and
Sorg, you need to put me in touch with this person so we can do a collaboration.
we'll have to see what we can do. Maybe we can do something special for New Year's.
Because Sorg, I feel like whoever this person is, her and I need to get together to do a wrestling version of Baby It's Cold Outside.
Somebody needs to. Somebody you teased me one between you and Ronnie, and I don't know if Ronnie's singing voice was up to it.
Circumstances.
Give me a couple of weeks, I can probably write
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So there you go.
It's a lot harder than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I've written songs for this show for like 10 to 12 years, something like that.
Yeah.
They are difficult.
Some
And luckily, I had a lot of jobs where I was just sitting around at 3 a.m. and had nothing better to do but to listen to Christmas songs and just be like, how can I fit Santino into this?
How can I sing this in a Macho Man voice?
By the way, if you can manage to pull that off, you might end up with a head writer job.
Well, I mean, I've done several, like, Sorg, we need to at some point get all the Christmas episodes.
Oh God!
And make an album.
I don't want no. I need to give that job to somebody.
I mean, a free album. We're not gonna charge people.
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, no.
All I remember from like one of the first Mayhem Christmases was everybody trying to do the 12 days of Christmas
and falling apart.
Halfway through it, everybody just started yelling at each other.
Well, also we were playing music that didn't have enough days in it. Hold that. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that, Rizz, because we're going to find out how it goes this year in a little bit. In the meantime, I want to give a shout out to Indy Wrestling US. If you're nestled in by the fire and looking for something to watch that isn't Wonder Woman, You go over to IndyWrestling.us, IndyWrestling.network. There's some great stuff over there. And, of course, our friends with Fight Underground, our friends with Prospect Pro Wrestling, all the back catalog. I know a lot of people jumping into a lot of the VODs and the network with our friends Rise Wrestling, RWA, remembering the good old days of super packed, sweaty gymnasiums. Oh, I miss you, sweaty gymnasiums. I can't wait for you to come back and make me sweaty around other people's body odor again.
That sounds weird.
I'm really selling this right now.
Baby.
Do it without the smells. IndyWrestling.us. That's our new tagline. Thank you.
Without the smells.
Yes, exactly.
Sorg,
Yes, Chris?
some of the stars of years past you could see on IndyWrestling.us? Who are some big stars that you could see on TV that you maybe have some of their matches on IndyWrestling.us?
Well, one Elias, without questionable partners, is on there, except for when he teamed with you, Chris. But actually, did he team with you? I'm trying to think now.
No, we wrestled one. We wrestled a VOW.
Okay. Elias is on there. We have a great compilation for Shane Taylor, who just knocked out Mark Briscoe on Friday night. That was fantastic. On its way, we're just waiting for me to hit publish on it. There's a best of Lee Moriarty actually going up there eventually. So check that out.
That one is a must-see for sure.
It's basically.
You mean every Lee Moriarty match?
It really is just all his Rise matches. That's we just put them in one place, so you don't have to see Bradley in a game show to get to the Lee Moriarty match.
Nobody wants to.
Oh, if you will.
If you will was good though. If you will was good.
If you will.
Hey, now I will not have you slander if you will.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Magnum. On that note,
I like how we all just turn on Sorg on that one.
Yeah, shit. Wow. You do not fuck with the Magnum. Oh, now is the time of the show.
I'm trying to sell your shit.
Thank you,
Sorg.
Chris. Yes. What?
Bobby said they're frozen in the chat room.
They're frozen in the chat room.
I don't know.
I guess they should just let it go.
Pretty cold outside.
I think we're good. I think we're good. We're back.
Speaking of Sorg,
what?
Give me a single for a second, because speaking of Frozen, I found a meme that is great.
Okay.
What
does that say?
It says, "I'm gonna tell my kids this was Elsa."
Nature boy.
Nature boy. There you go.
Player in a light blue robe.
All right. At this point, we have a special gift.
Ooh.
It can be a little bit of a Mayhem Make-A-Wish, if you will. Rizz?
The joke book time?
No, Rizz, we have a present for you.
Rizz,
we have a present for you.
Yes.
For me.
For you.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm gonna pin this shot on you so we can get your reactions as we go here.
Oh yeah,
maybe
we need full screen on this.
Well, I don't know because I can't show full screen both. Okay, we'll see how this goes.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna make sure I haven't muted this yet, and we're gonna pull this up. Rizz, I think you can probably see what's about to happen.
Sorg.
Rizz, are you ready for this? This is a present from myself, Mad Mike, Mainstream Matt, and Dutters. All jumped in on this. Okay? So here we go.
Hello, Rich. What's up? This is the Great Khali. I want to wish you Merry Christmas. My side and Miam Wrestling side. And I want to say thank you so much. I am your favorite wrestler all the time. What? I will wrestling with partner, you and me. Beat you all the guy. WWE superstar.
Oh.
So I will say thank you so much supporting me. Thank you so much watching WWE. And now you can watch my CWE. CWE is my Wrestling Company. So alright, brother, Rizz, Merry Christmas and keep it up. Thanks for supporting me. Love you, bro.
There you
Oh,
go.
I hate all
There
of
you
right
go.
now.
Riz.
That was sweet.
Riz.
Oh, that was good.
Riz.
Awesome.
Who the fuck is Rich?
Okay, first of all,
Just take it as is, bro.
Okay, I'm Rich from now on.
You're
Let's
lucky you
go.
got that close.
All right,
I'm-
sign on to Rich Plays Games on Twitch.
there may not be a Z sound in Indian language.
probably-
I don't know,
Probably not.
but it's very possible. I'm just gonna put that
Hey,
out
you
there.
know what? I just saw Billy Madison this week. This could be a Naruto situation.
Riz,
Hey man, you and him are gonna be tag team partners of WWE.
Yeah.
we've been talking about doing
Part
it.
in WWE.
We've been talking
You
about
go.
doing
can
it.
take down
Do it.
every superstar.
Let's do it.
And
How much would
Riz,
you have had to pay for him to give Rizz the Ultra Chop?
Whatever it is, I'll pitch in
Probably
for
the
it.
same. Probably the same $50 maybe.
Riz has had near misses of meeting Great Khali. When Facade came back from spending 6 months with the Great Khali, we had Riz on the show to talk with him at least.
Mhm.
Great Khali was supposed to be in Altoona, I believe, for Big Time Wrestling, and had to cancel like pretty much at the last minute. Broke
We almost
his
went.
heart. We were going to go
We were
until
going
he
to go
canceled.
to that.
Like it
And
wasn't
then-
a question.
And then he canceled, and then we just decided not to go to that.
Right. Also, I think his autograph would have been the same price as what this was.
Pretty much.
So which we were going to pay for. So finally, Riz, you got
So
your
can I get a
message.
copy of that?
Yeah, of course. No, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
It'll be
of course,
online.
yeah.
We're going to play
Okay.
it. Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah,
Because-
absolutely.
Yeah, that you guys. Wow.
Merry Christmas, Rizz.
Merry
Are you all right?
Christmas.
Christmas, Riz.
Like I thought it was gonna end like at least maybe 3 times, but it didn't. But
Nope.
you know what? Oh, good. That was
Yo.
money well spent, Sorg.
And I'll also send you what I actually sent him.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we had Punjabi prisoners.
Yeah, because you can only put so
he probably
much.
didn't want to say
I
that.
says, and it was like his name is Riz, and he is you're his favorite wrestler, and I said something about the Wrestling Mayhem show, and he would love to be your
course you did.
partner. Riz would love to be your partner in a Punjabi prison match, which I don't think he got to, but so,
It was going there, Sorg.
yeah. So I was pleased with it, and I hope you are too.
Awesome. I love how like he's like, I have my own company.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
plug at the end there.
Hey, you know what?
WWE.
ABC always be closing, baby.
Which is funny
All
because
he knows.
he doesn't know this is probably one of the few podcasts that talked about his company.
Yeah.
Get that
Him
shit over,
at
man.
length. So and showed footage from it. So
That was great.
Thank you guys.
Was
I
it
do
just
appreciate
25
that.
facades?
what's that?
Was it just 25 facades?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I thought there was actually somebody like that was on either AEW or WWE.
I think so. Yeah.
Was it one of the guys that Stokely now manages or whatever his name is?
Oh, Indus Share.
Yeah.
They might have been. I don't know. I can check.
I don't think it was Rinku.
All right. So you want to hear?
Probably.
You want to hear how bad we got 2020 wrong?
Yes.
Oh
Please,
yeah.
Yes.
let's
All right.
hear it.
We're gonna
I
hot shot
love-
through this real quick because we have another song to get to. So we had a very good guys Christmas last year. Noctis, Zach Hunter, and of course Bunny Ronnie were in the chat or in the studio back when we were allowed to do that.
Man, in the studio.
I don't
I know.
remember what I did last week, let alone what I did last year.
Oh, I'm the same way. I don't know what I did this morning. So, oh God, Noctis. First of all, starts off strong. Marty Skrull will bump NWA to 750,000 a week on YouTube views. Wait, it's not done. Skrull to AEW before summer. Skrull,
Nope.
Marty Skrull will feud against the Elite for not taking him.
No, that was Hangman Page.
That was Hangman Page.
It was close. It was
By
close.
the way,
I mean, the concept was right, but
Yes.
Sorg, do we
Yes.
get half a point? Does he get half a point for that?
What? No. By the way, the other than what just happened in the song before, the most heartwarming Christmas new content that I watched this year was the Dark Order Christmas Carol special.
Yeah.
The end of that, if you're not feeling so warm and fuzzy by the end of that episode, you can skip the card playing part of it for the BTE belt, but the rest of
I'm
it.
feeling warm and fuzzy, but I don't think it has anything to do with the Dark Order. So.
Drinking some Jamie Jamesons over there.
Like the best part was like at the beginning, Colt Cabana's in there, and he goes, "What's a carol?" And that's how it ends.
Yes. And then he becomes the Christmas expert.
Yeah.
Zach Hunter, Marty Scurll will win the NWA title for a short time.
Boy, someone was a big fan of Marty Scurll.
You don't remember how old he was a year ago.
That is true. That is
He
true.
was
Like, think about the context. I know it feels like
He was
forever.
red hot last
He also
year.
says Adam Page will win the AEW title. Maybe Omega.
Ooh.
Maybe Omega.
Oh,
He gets a point. There you go. Rizz.
No.
ROH is done. Bought by NWA.
I think I said it just like that too.
Rizz.
It's done.
Rizz. Part 2. Jim Ross leaves AEW.
Oh, I wish you were right.
So close.
Well, hey, whoa.
So close.
There's controversy
Yeah.
at the end of the year. That's not way off.
No.
That's not way off.
No, you get a quarter point on that one.
I think Don Callis might, or Don, is that his?
Yeah.
Don Callis.
I'd be totally okay if Don Callis.
I'd be okay with that.
Or Cyrus the Virus, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. Thank you. I was trying to remember that name.
Is it a jackal? Is it a jackal? It's a jackal? Is it a jackal?
Mad
Which
Mike.
one's Blade?
Mad Mike.
Which one's Blade and which one's Butcher?
Mad Mike.
Yeah.
Cody will win the AEW title. You get a half point.
Nope.
You get a
I get a
half
half
point
point.
because they made a belt.
Well, they had
for
to.
him.
He had to make it. He had to make his
himself.
own title though.
Yes.
Yeah.
A friend of the show will win the WWE singles title.
Elias 24/7.
That counts. That
And
counts.
so does?
You get
So
a
did
point.
Ray Rowe.
That
You get a point.
counts.
So did Ray Rowe.
Counts.
So yeah, that counts.
Ray Rowe 112. That's right.
Yeah.
Ray Rowe. Wait, the singles title.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he did one.
24/7.
24/7.
He had it for approximately 35 seconds.
You also
died.
said
I had to.
WWE intergender match on pay-per-view, maybe Becky versus Seth.
Nope.
That would
Yeah,
be really
yeah.
funny.
Well,
No.
they did some
Has to
wrestling,
be.
all
Without
right.
contact.
Yeah, that happened in private, and now we got a baby.
And just like in
You
just,
all right there, Tatiana?
just like on TV, Becky went over.
Mhm.
Ah,
Two women fighting over the Impact World title. Did not happen.
nope.
No.
Close.
The good
No,
guys.
that's pause, real quick.
We're close.
That is a shame that got derailed so early in the process. I was
Yeah.
really curious to see
Yeah.
what Impact could have done with Tess as a champion. So that say what you will about what happened. Creatively, I was very disappointed that was derailed so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
we
fair.
were really close on that one. A
Yes.
few times in Impact. We were really close.
Well, this actually might be relatively true by the end of the year.
Oh, Bradley saying wasn't Becky and Seth versus Corbin and Lacey count as intergender?
That was mixed, I think.
That was
Mixed
2019. No,
Mixed match.
that was 2019.
Yeah, meshes.
Mixed Max Challenge.
I think that had happened, and we thought maybe they were going to go forward. I
Yeah,
said
because
I said Impact will be a solid number 3.
That's
It
point.
has been.
Kind of.
That's a point.
Kind of on point.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that's a point.
They really
That's
picked up at the end there.
That's the closest we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, unless you count New Japan.
No, we weren't.
No.
I don't think we were. I don't think we were.
Okay.
North American companies.
Yeah. Oh, North American. I'd say you got it. Well,
Oh, wait. Roll back a minute. Mad Mike, you also said the good guys will wrestle in Ring of Honor.
Mm.
well, COVID. You know.
Yeah. And also, I said that WWE will pull an ECW on ROH and buy them. Yeah. Ronnie.
You had the wrong company. You had the wrong company.
Who do they buy?
Yeah. They bought
Evolve.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
Big Game
You
Leroy.
right idea, wrong company.
Yeah.
and at least it was run by a former Ring of Honor owner.
Bunny Ronnie.
Mhm.
You said that the main event will be signed by WWE.
COVID.
They're
I
not.
mean, they're close.
Right out.
They were
They
close.
got-
They were close, yeah.
Yeah, they had performance center visits, right?
They were.
One-
So
Yes, they
technically,
did.
I get a point, right?
You get a half point.
Three-quarters.
You get a half point.
3/4?
Well,
I'll
They-
take a
I
half.
say 3/4.
They have-
I'll take 3/4.
They got a WWE T-shirt and a trip to Orlando. You get a half point.
Mhm.
Fun fact:
And-
I was working at the airport at the time of their tryout, and so I saw both of them
Yes.
as they were
I
checking
love-
in to go to their flight to Orlando. And I was like, "What are you guys doing here?" They're like, "We can't tell you.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
away."
I love. This is not the first time you're like. This is not the first time we were like, "Hey, what are you getting on a flight to Orlando for?" And then 2 days later, you see them on TV. So
Well, I
was like, "What are you guys
to
doing?"
pull the curtain back, I knew what was up because we were training and getting ready to make the run. And look, I don't know what else we could have done. Those
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
were in the best shape I've ever seen them.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you know,
Ronnie says the year for Pittsburgh Indy guys getting looks.
He is
he's
right.
off by 1 year.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm. Say
No,
off.
I think he's off by 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lady Frost was on AEW Dark.
That is true. That is true.
I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that.
And
We
Lee,
already getting a look at Impact.
he
There-
faced Manic or
Yeah.
Suicide.
There's I keep forgetting her name, but there's a somebody on AEW out like every week that's dubbed from Dormont, PA. So that
That we have
counts.
no idea who she is. It was
Oh,
weird.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention Mandime in the middle of a pandemic. Get the
Mandime.
match on Dark.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And
Wait a minute.
and
What?
having his jacket stolen by Chris Jericho. Don't leave your
And,
shit.
That is a
Still
true
feel
story.
Bradley saying
I will
Mambo-
take my
That's-
full point, please.
Wait.
Mambo was on it.
Wombo on NXT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another person I saw in the airport all the time.
Roll back a
So,
second.
was
Whoa,
that,
whoa, whoa.
do I get a full point now?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
full
yeah.
point.
Roll
That's a
back
full
a second. Chris, can you confirm, was that actually his jacket that Chris Jericho had? Have a delay?
Nope.
That's a yes.
No,
Okay.
no, that's
Yes.
Oh, is there-
freaking the team meme.
Is there a look? Okay.
That's 100%
I'm
yes.
sorry, what?
It's okay.
I love how that's the case.
Okay.
I laugh so hard.
Okay.
love it a lot.
Lee Moriarty goes to New Japan. No, but I think it's just a matter of time.
Oh!
But also,
It's coming.
That's
also
a travel restriction. Probably.
yes, but they got that New Japan strong. He could hop on there anytime, I bet.
Mhm.
Dave Potter
You know
says
People have said
AEW.
you're gonna come to Japan.
Dave Potter says AEW will beat NXT for a 3-week stretch. I think he won that in spades.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Bobby F. J. Town says that Gronk will debut in the NXT.
Well, that never happened because Gronk left. like,
That's really
straight up.
close.
Right idea, wrong football guy.
Debuted for the
Yeah.
NFL.
Well, Gronk did debut. It happened to
But
be at WrestleMania.
not in NXT.
And he's playable in my Battlegrounds game.
And he won a championship.
He did. He did.
Is,
Gronk was 24/7 champion.
Is that a
is
half point?
Battlegrounds worth me buying?
Yeah. If
No.
you-
No.
but, well, if you can get it for like $20, yes.
It's like 24
Sure.
bucks at Walmart right now.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't pay 50 like I did.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not gonna do that.
But Tina says another performance center would open. They're talking about one.
Did it?
Did the India
The
one?
UK?
Mexico is being talked about. India is being talked about.
There is
Um,
kind of something in the UK
Yeah.
because I think they had to because of travel restrictions necessarily.
Well, I mean, they had already opened the one in the UK before things shut down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, then
and-
I don't think anything is opened up.
Oh, but by the way,
yet.
they have a football field like lines in there, in their performance center.
Or they call it soccer.
I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I did watch Ted Lasso. 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen will happen by SummerSlam. We can blame
Oh,
COVID
and
for that.
thank God.
I kind of wanted
Fuck
it.
Ronda Rousey.
AEW will hit 1.5 to 1.75 million viewers by the end of the year.
Yep.
They
did
just
not get it, but got close.
they beat a million. They beat a million. Thank you, Sting. Winter Sting.
Oh, they didn't beat $1 million on the Sting episode.
What's that? They didn't hit $1 million?
They didn't beat $1 million on the Sting episode.
Oh, I thought that was the one.
No,
but they
there
did.
was 1 week.
The week after.
There was 1 week where they beat it, but it wasn't the Sting episode.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was the week after Sting.
Okay. It said Impact Wrestling bump. So from that, let me make sure the next thing is the next thing here. Yes, now is time, Mad Mike, for the realization of 12 Days of Christmas, sung by professional wrestlers.
I'm so excited for this.
I can't wait to see who else is doing this.
Yeah, Tatiana did this, and she doesn't know who else is involved.
I have Tati. You're the only person I actually know that's in it, and that's just because you said it right now.
I'm going to say it.
Wait, what?
I want to say it just for the people on audio that aren't going to see the visuals. But in this are Tatiana Rose,
Yes.
Keith Haught,
Excellent.
our friend from Fight Underground on the Fight Council, Bubba Brewer, from the Triple B podcast,
Okay.
and the Rev Ron Hunt.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh no!
You got
Oh,
Rev.
Rev has quite a singing voice from what I've heard.
Oh, I think you see a lot of people's talent in this, and I cannot wait. So here we
Sorg-
go. Yes.
Sorg I'm just gonna ask you right now. Is he doing what I think he's about to do?
I don't think he's doing what you think he's about.
Can't read his mind.
What that? Why don't you, Rizz? Why don't we just watch the video and find out?
Let's watch the video and find out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Merry Christmas, you heathens.
Yes, I have a cheat sheet. Fight me about it.
12 days of mayhem, Christmas.
On the first day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me something that we learned from wrestling. Yes.
Second day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me 2 big companies and something that we learned from wrestling.
On the third day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me 3 great mics, 2 big companies, and something we learned from wrestling.
On the 4th day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me 4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies, and something that we learned from wrestling.
The 5th day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me
5 big questions. 4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies,
And something we learned from wrestling.
I don't know what the rest is now.
On the 6th day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me 6 wrestling lessons.
5 big questions. 4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies,
And something we learned from wrestling.
On the 7th day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me
7 crazy tangents, 6 wrestling lessons.
5 big questions. 4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies, and something that we learned from wrestling.
On the 8th day of Christmas,
Aha, what day are we on now? What day are we on? 8 Mayhem Manias, I love those.
7 crazy tangents, 6 wrestling lessons.
And 5?
5 big questions.
Haha.
2 big companies, and something that I learned from wrestling.
On the 9th day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me 9 indie wrestlers, 8 mayhem mania, 7 crazy tangents, 6 wrestling lessons.
5 big questions.
4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies, and something that we learned from wrestling.
On the 10th day of Christmas, the mayhem gave to me
10 patrons paying. 9 indie wrestlers.
7 crazy tangents, 6 wrestling lessons, 5 big questions. 4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies.
Something that we learned from wrestling.
Oh my god.
We're on the 11th day, y'all. 11 podcasters punning. But punt, that sounds dirty.
8 Mayhem Mania, 7 Crazy Tangent, 6 Wrestling Lesson,
5 big questions.
4 podcast ads, 3 great mics, 2 big companies.
And something that we learned from wrestling. Oh my.
On the 12th day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me 12 slices of Broadway. That's great pizza. That is great, tremendous pizza.
10 patrons paying.
What number are we on now?
9 indie wrestlers.
I keep hearing the same chords. They don't play this at my church.
7 crazy tangents. 6
Are we at 5 yet? Oh, 5.
lessons.
5 big questions.
4 podcast ads, 3 great mics,
2 big companies.
and something that we
something
learned
that
from
we
wrestling.
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
To you and your family.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
That
Holy
was
crap.
the most
Happy Holidays,
coherent
everybody.
12 days of Christmas we have ever done. Sorg.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you go. Mad Mike.
I'm literally crying.
Oh my, that was wonderful.
My favorite was and far.
Rev really, he dug into that, and I
He did.
appreciate it.
Can I look? Can I put over Rev here real quick?
Yes.
All right.
Jesus.
I don't know if Rev's ever going to be the world heavyweight champion, but Rev will eventually work for one of the major companies in the world and will become a very wealthy man working
Truth.
for one of those companies.
Yes.
You're probably right.
One,
Oh my
I don't know what he's
God.
going to be doing,
I,
but
He'll make money.
he'll get a job for one of them and make a lot of money doing it.
Yes.
I think
Oh.
there's at least once a week I randomly text Sorg a TikTok of Rev.
his TikToks are amazing. From the chat room, from the chat room, Potter, this is amazing. Standing clap. This is wonderful from Bradley. This is a joy from Tina. Clap, clap, clap. The Rev is hilarious from Bobby. Mike.
Wow, that went. All right, I have to say, first of all, Tati, since you're the only one here, thank you very much. You were
Yeah,
fantastic.
that was excellent.
You were fantastic. I know you're hiding your face right now, but trust me, if you
I'm doing it for. I appreciate.
Any of the songs I've done on this, you were like fucking on The Voice compared to what I've done.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Nobody told me that everybody was about 6 octaves higher than me.
Nobody.
It was great, man. It was great talking.
Hey,
Everybody else is up here.
hold
Not,
on. If I may, from Spaceballs, she's a bass.
I'm not. Where's my alcohol?
Second Spaceballs quote we've had on the Christmas episode. Does that make Spaceballs a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
It does, yeah.
Well, oh no, wait, a Hanukkah movie. Sorry.
Yes.
Hey, may the Swartz be with you all.
By the way,
Your spirit.
after the success of our accidental Hanukkah episode with Ziggy Heim a few weeks ago, we're going to continue doing Hanukkah episodes from now on. It's a new tradition.
Yes.
We're going to invite Ziggy back and
By the way, she's going to blow up in the next year.
yes.
That Ziggy is about to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm incredibly proud of her. I'm incredibly proud of the work that she's been doing, and she's going to turn some heads in 2021.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
We're sure.
we're going to take a little bit of a breather. We're going to toss it here.
Sorg, can I do one more? Can I do
Oh, okay, Rizz.
No, shut him up.
Rizz,
Shut him up.
Rizz.
Use his mic.
No, go to break. Go to
Okay,
break.
Rizz.
Go to break. Go to break. Go to break.
Go to break.
Rizz?
Hey,
Rizz?
he does it. It's either he does it here or on Patreon. He's gonna do one.
Son of
No,
a
definitely.
Rizz? Go ahead. You can get one.
No!
Rizz,
We
it's
have
okay.
all
This was a
podcasts
little.
running. That's
About
what
to
we're
open the bubbly.
Yeah, we got to fill that quota, right? So, Rizz, go ahead and tell you.
Wow, this is 2020. Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Samoa Joe are all on a sinking ship. Who would be saved?
Ooh.
Joe?
Joe doesn't need
Work for
saved.
the
Let's be
company,
honest.
somebody just great comment.
This is the
So Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Samoa Joe are all in a sinking ship.
now again. This is from 2020. This
Yeah,
is
that's
this year.
That's this year. Yeah.
You don't know the lead time.
We're still there,
The
unfortunately.
answer is the fans.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
I read two jokes in this book so far about Baron Corbin. They do not like Baron Corbin.
He's good at his job at being a dick, I
You know,
guess.
it's
I
funny.
like Baron Corbin.
We'll be
Funny,
right
I
back.
was gonna say the fans as a joke. I didn't.
Yeah,
that was
they're with
actually
us.
gonna be the
They're with
answer.
us. It's if the Mayhem Show wrote a pun book. Guys, we'll be right back after this.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hey guys, it's Zeke Mercer, one half of the Tag Team Champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight.
We are back. We're what? What? Where Rizz? What?
The fans.
That was
The
one. That was
fans.
one of the. That was the answer to one of the jokes in the joke book.
Oh boy. The Rizz
Anyway.
is here with his joke book. Rizz Plays Games. Mad Mike is here. Ronnie Claus, Ronnie Bunny is here. Chris
I got a
LeRusso.
lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly dee.
Chris
Here they are
LeRusso.
dancing in a row.
Chris LeRusso is here as well. Tatiana.
Christmas LeRusso.
Christmas LeRusso is here. Tatiana Rose is not here. She left. She gave up.
No, she said fuck this and got the hell out. She's
Yeah.
the only one with
It was because of the,
No,
it
no,
was
actually,
because of the
you guys
jokes,
didn't
wasn't
see it. During the break, a huge record label just came in and signed Tati.
Oh. Well, we'll make sure we
Off that
congratulate.
performance, she will now be doing Christmas albums for the foreseeable future.
We will congratulate her when she comes back.
Absolutely,
All
because
right.
I don't even know if she knows this yet.
No. We got the call on the Mayhem hotline. 412-206-WMS0.
Let's not even tell her and like make an album cover for her and frame it and give it to her. She's allowed in the studio.
Yes, absolutely. Well, now is the time for predictions for 2021. Do we dare? Do we dare?
Let's
We
do
absolutely dare. We absolutely dare.
Who wants to go first?
I will take it.
Ronnie, I think you were one of the more successful ones from this year, so that seems
I
appropriate.
think I won this year.
I said
Ain't gonna
one
do it.
of. I said one of.
I know. I
got
just-
1.5 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Winning
I want it on the record.
2020 is like, I almost said something really inappropriate. Never
Ooh.
mind.
That could be a Patreon thing, there, Chris.
Yes. Ronnie, what is your prediction for 2021? Let's just do one each.
Orange
Whoa,
Cassidy.
oh, wait, is she
will
back?
win.
Is she back?
She's singing and
Okay.
disappeared.
I told you she got signed to a record label.
Rose, shut
Does she
up.
know we can hear her?
She forgot to mute her microphone.
You were singing that the whole time.
Tatiana?
No, Tati, we were just telling everyone how during the break you got signed by a huge record label.
Hmm? It's going to be called Whoops, I Broke My Arm Again.
And she's gone.
And she's gone.
Ronnie,
And
we're having
that's-
a good time.
Ronnie, oh, she slammed the door too.
She'll be back.
Johnny
Ronnie,
Patch is in here.
Ronnie, you're gonna put your eye out, kid.
I'm joking. Come back. Come back to us.
She can't hear you.
Ronnie,
She
what,
sees me
Her
like.
arm, not her ear.
I'm sorry.
God. Ronnie, what was
Sorry,
your
Tommy.
prediction before?
Ronnie, that's it. No
Sorry,
more
it's a-
shows for 2020 for you.
No more shows for 2021 either. It's fine. I'm sorry, Tatiana. All right.
It's fine. It's a good joke, but the reaction was cheaper.
I know you're like, fuck him, and you just stormed off. All right. Orange Cassidy.
Ronnie, I hope he puts his eye out.
God damn it. Can I put over Orange Cassidy for 5 seconds?
No.
No.
Orange Cassidy
Sure,
will win
go
the
ahead.
Fuck. Orange Cassidy will win the TNT title in 2021.
Okay.
Okay.
Not the heavyweight. That's too much for Orange.
Shattering prediction there, Ronnie.
No, that's all you guys get.
Playing
from
it
me.
safe,
No,
playing it safe.
I'm keeping it low profile.
Nobody likes orange that much.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. Who's got another one?
No, I deserve that.
Who's got another one?
I've got 5 predictions.
5?
You got 5 gold rings.
You got 5 on it?
Oh,
I
okay.
have 5.
Go for it.
5 ski.
Okay. Big E wins the WWE or the Universal title.
Mhm.
I've got a good feeling about Big E in 2021. I think Vince is going to go to big guys because whenever things start to look bad, he always goes for big guys. And Big E is one of the few big guys who he did not send down to Florida for a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see him winning one of the major titles this year. Number 2, no less than 5 Pittsburgh talents will be seen on a national company in 2021. No less. I actually would go with the over on that one. Okay. Number 3, AEW will continue their cooperation mentality and will form a triumvirate with New Japan, AAA, and Impact as a, well, I guess what's 4 company? 3, I would go with 3 affiliate companies: Impact, New Japan, and AAA.
Absolutely.
Number 4, we will see another woman win a major title that is not a women's title. We'll whether it be in Ring of Honor, Impact, AEW, a woman will win a men's title.
Are you
in
excluding
2021.
the 24/7 championship from this?
I'm excluding the 24/7 championship, a major title other than that.
Okay.
Singles only.
I don't know. I'll go that far. I could see a mixed tag winning a
Yeah.
tag title, and Pittsburgh
Hasn't
obviously has the pretty proper. So
Mm-hmm.
Candice and Johnny winning the NXT tag titles.
Candice and Johnny, I like it.
And I predict 3 area talents will be signed to major companies before the end of 2021.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I agree.
Very nice.
Bradley says, I know this is all leading up to Lana as WWE champion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
that seems right.
Bradley, I'm still going to kick you in the face.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
going to kick you in the face.
Chris, that's my Christmas
You
wish.
hit me for all 2021 for good reason, and now it's time for you to die.
Wow. Wow.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Prediction 6. In 2021, I kicked Bradley in the face.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
Kicks Bradley in the face. Got it.
Okay. So it is written, so it shall be done.
Okay.
Your soul is here.
Sorg get drop kicked by Chris, so well, who's to say Bradley won't get it too?
Mad Mike.
Oh
I
boy.
know you got some ideas.
Oh, do I ever? Okay. I'm gonna do some heavy hitters.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling 2021 is gonna be a really big and weird year.
Mm-hmm.
I will say AEW will get a second show. It will take
That's a good one.
place.
Yeah.
It will take place at 10 p.m. on Monday nights.
Oh, wow.
It'll be a 1-hour show.
No, that's not an absurd prediction.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think
It's
it is.
not at all.
Not today.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it'll be like AEW ladies' night or night out or something like that. Like it'll have like a more edgier feel to it.
Mm.
So wait a minute, is this a web show or is this a television show?
No, television on
Television.
TNT. On
Okay.
TNT. Yeah. I'm also gonna say that I feel like it's time the Undisputed Era will jump to either Raw or SmackDown. I think that's gonna happen. I'm also going to say that someone, and I don't know who, someone else from WWE will be signed to either a Marvel or Star Wars TV show.
Okay.
Okay.
Based off the success of Sasha Banks in The Mandalorian, and she kicked ass during it. I have a
Now,
feeling someone else.
Are we including John Cena as?
No, I'm talking current main roster talent.
Mhm.
Okay.
Current main
So
roster
you're
talent.
talking about a Disney Plus show.
Could be a Disney Plus show, could be a movie. It might not necessarily come out next year, but the signing will be announced.
Okay. I would put money on that.
Yeah. And my last prediction, okay. And I don't know if this will necessarily be for 2021 because I don't think the movies come out until 2022. But I think we will hear something that the AAA Marvel characters might be in Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Into the Spider-Verse 2.
I mean, everybody else is going to be in
What
it,
about-
so.
Well, no. Everyone else is going to be in Spider-Man 3. I'm saying they might get the animated form of Leo Rush for Into the Spider-Verse.
Yo.
Oh.
That's what I'm.
Yo.
That's my predicticating.
Riz.
That's a good prediction.
Riz,
I'd
what
put
do you
money on that.
Riz, what do you predict?
I don't think I've ever gotten one right.
So shoot for
Just
the
quit while
moon,
you're
man.
ahead,
All right.
believe in you.
Let's get Tatiana.
So,
Okay.
all right. So, one of them I'm really hoping for is that one of the major companies, whether it be WWE, NXT, AEW, even throwing Impact in there, one of those major televised companies will have a trios champion.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
You know there is a 6-man tag in ROH right now.
One of the main companies on television.
ROH is
Besides
not
ROH.
television.
Okay.
Besides ROH,
Okay.
I should point that
Can
out.
we say
Rev Ron Hunt is on
yes?
ROH.
Can we say
So-
can we say main prime time wrestling?
Main primetime wrestling
Okay.
companies.
Okay.
So that's one. Second one is along the same lines as I believe a lot of people are saying here. But we will see another woman in the men's Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't think that's out of line.
And 3, can't stop me now. Which WWE superstar is good at solving crimes?
Oh, I'll stop you right now.
Crime Time.
Wow.
Our sleuth.
Our sleuth, you son of a bitch.
I
Bam.
can't remove this participant. God damn it!
You know what? You know what? Prediction: our sleuth shows up on WWE TV.
Am I writing
I
that
like
down? Am I writing that down over here?
Sure, why
Okay.
not?
You can thank me
Our
next
sleuth.
year.
Our
Rizz, strangle
sleuth.
yourself with your mic cord.
Wow.
I'm gonna put out a tiny. I'm gonna
Wow.
put out a tiny prediction. At some point next year, somebody's pun is going to drive Chris over the line, and he's
Yeah.
just going to destroy everybody.
I've almost killed a student 3 times in 2020. Okay.
I have
Do
to
you
point
want to?
out,
Do you want to admit
I-
that on the air?
it would normally be me, but I'm trying to be really good about my puns because I knew Rizz had the joke book tonight. Normally, I'm the Frank Castle of this fucking show because I am the Punisher.
This joke book, another prediction I'm going to make. I'm going to forget I have this next year.
I'm gonna come to your house and make you forget it. It's gonna go missing.
If you cherish your immortal
I can't-
soul,
I
you'll
can't
forget
wait.
that you have that book.
I can't wait to have Rizz on the show a year from now. When I read, Rizz will forget he has the joke book.
And
Yeah,
then
he's gonna be like,
Oh,
"Oh
wait, what
shit!"
joke book?
And he looks in the drawer beside him.
Wait,
Oh, jeez.
this image alone is just
that's messed up. The
creepy.
third eye,
She has an extra eye?
Naya
it's
Jax.
third eye of Jax.
Jax.
Yeah, it's bad.
What the
It's bad.
hell?
It's bad.
3 eyes.
So, Tatiana, do you have any
Yeah.
other predictions? I have Chris LeRusso will leave the show for puns or something.
I'll leave the show for what?
Puns.
No, that's not quite what I said. I said a pun will drive Chris over the edge and he'll destroy everyone.
Will drive Chris over the edge. Okay. Over.
I guess that's number 1.
Yes.
I have 3. I actually have like 3 real predictions. Lee Moriarty is going to get signed somewhere. That's the easy one. That's everybody fucking knows it's
That's a
going to
lot
happen.
right there.
Mhm.
So hot, easy point for me. Number 2, Pittsburgh Indy Wrestling is going to be taken over by talent that has been in the business 2 years or less. So all the young talent is just going to take over the entire scene.
I'll agree with that 100%.
Number 3, I'm going to go a full year without getting injured. I've done it before. I sure hope to God I do it again.
You do it again.
That's true. Everyone knock
As
on
long
wood.
as you don't have Johnny Patch try and do a bridge over your back.
He still owes me dog cuddles from that. Is the worst part. He's like, come over, cuddle my dog. I owe you one. Okay, actually. Patch, if you're watching this, let me cuddle that dog. You owe me.
Can I don't know if I've ever said this on the show. I'm going to say this really quick. And this tells you how tough Tatiana is. Do you want to know what it sounded like when Tatiana broke her arm?
How loud was it?
I've broken my arm. It does not sound great.
I witnessed the first one, so
I was in the ring for the second one.
You were in the ring for the third one.
Oh, third one. Excuse me.
How many stalks of celery was it?
It
Was it the
sounded
same arm you broke
exactly
3
like a
times?
stalk of celery breaking. It sounded exactly like a stalk of
Yep.
Ugh.
That's about right.
celery breaking.
Now, did you
For
break
those
the
of you
same arm 3 times?
No. I broke the right arm. I broke the right wrist once in 2 separate places. I broke the left wrist. And then I broke the left elbow. And now one of my knuckles has decided to be an asshole.
He's gonna pop that thing right back in. Man.
Okay, well, Knuckles, you can live with. Like,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
pop it
I
right
can
in.
live with it. He's gonna be in Sonic 2. It's gonna be fine.
Oh.
Sonic 3.
Jesus Christ.
No, Sonic
All
2.
right.
Sonic the movie 2. Knuckles is gonna be in it.
I thought it was just Tails.
That's the
Confirmed.
movie that. Oh, shut up.
So okay. So I'm trying to get to the chat here. First of all, Tina Keys and
Well, did you make your predictions?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
I might have one. I don't know. Tina Keys says a major female star will debut in AEW. Charlotte Flair will be an intergender feud. And by summer, either Double or Nothing or SummerSlam would be the big events at 75%
Can I-
capacity. 75% capacity. Rizz?
We can continue on with the predictions, but can I get clarification from Tina on major women in AEW? Like
I think
who are they?
someone-
Like, from WWE or from
Just-
like the Indies?
Well, I mean, you got Zelina Vega floating out there. I'm just saying.
that's true.
You have Zelina Vega floating out there on Twitch, just waiting for that 90 days.
That's true, but
And who knows? Paige. Who the hell knows?
If she wants to wrestle again,
Anything. If Sting can wrestle in AEW, Paige can probably wrestle in AEW.
Yeah,
Can I put over a couple other women in the area? Why the
Yeah.
hell is Ray Lynn not signed?
Yes.
Seriously.
Ooh,
She
fabulous
she was
question.
doing as far as TV projects, she was doing Women of Wrestling while Raul
Why?
Superheroes.
Okay.
So,
Let me.
no, I mean, it's not a
let me say
major
this again.
company, but
why
still.
the hell is Ray Lynn not signed somewhere that's paying her more money?
Yes. I'll
Yes.
give you that. Give you that. Especially, I think she's had a spot at Impact, hasn't she? I know they're aware of her.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I mean,
Like, I'm blocked by them, and I even know she's been on Impact a few times.
I thought they unblocked you.
no, they didn't.
Nope.
No, they didn't.
Nope.
So why is Ray Lynn? I think gets a good look. I think that Katie Arquette needs a
Katie
look
Arquette.
Agreed.
How is she not?
Mm-hmm.
because she's had
Like,
some amazing matches recently, and I mean I thought her and Ray Lynn was fantastic.
Katie Arquette should just be
Absolutely.
brought into NXT exactly like Charlotte Flair, but with David Arquette as the Ric Flair.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Honestly,
go.
he should do exactly that.
Yes.
And just no one says a word about it. Just says Katie Arquette is here with her former world champion cousin, David Arquette. Like, and no one says boo about it. It's just
And there you go. But
Because
I
it's
think
all
that I think Ziggy Haim needs a look.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I also think, I'll put over Tatiana because she's in the room.
Yeah,
I
but-
have to put over Laura Lovelace as well
Yes.
for reasons beyond obvious ones. As far as creativity and as far as being able to adapt to whatever is needed, Laura Lovelace needs a few extra looks this year as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would say Scarlett on the come up too. Like
Yes.
somebody who
Agreed.
Scarlett, absolutely.
I worked with her a couple months ago doing some green screen stuff, and it was like, oh, just do your character thing, and like something you know that thing where Chris, where like somebody jumps in their character and they're like, oh shit, this is a different person, like that
Yes.
vibe you get. Like she's on that right now, and
She's come down to my school a couple times.
Yeah.
And like she's not only gotten into better shape in 2020, but I think she has her mental evolution
yes,
has really gone to another level. She just needs the right eyes at the right time in the right place, and she'll turn some heads. And again, I'm going to put over Laura Lovelace one more time because she has gotten very creative with her presentation and her. There's no one in the area who I'm like, they need another year.
yeah. No, absolutely. There's I watched there's a documentary on Amazon Prime that was shot here with her training class, Quinn Magnum's training class over there, and it was focused on women in wrestling, and to see, like, as we say on the show, Baby Scarlett, it's just like, holy crap, that's the same person. Like the transformation has been fantastic.
I'm gonna put over Scarlett as well, just because I've been working with Scarlett literally my entire career. And Chris is absolutely right that she has gotten so much better as a performer, as a creative person. She has evolved into this massive force of creativity and power, if you will.
She had a practice match with Christian Noir that like dropped my jaw with how good it was.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Like I was sitting, you know, in the storage unit going like,
he made a face for all of you on audio.
Yep.
Oh, sorry for the audio people. I just made a face.
Scarlett is a force to be reckoned with. She can hold her own with just about anybody you put her in the ring with.
Oh, and hey, Tatiana, I'll put you over for a practice match this year as well. You and Zach Nystrom.
That was a fun match. That was a lot of fun.
No one will ever see that match, but that was a like wow. I was very impressed with that one.
Absolutely.
Especially since it had a bit of a goofy stipulation. We had to do 5 bumps or less.
Yes.
Which, if memory serves, we did exactly 5 bumps throughout the entire match.
It's like a pure rules
I mean,
match.
I'm about a foot and a half taller than you, but
hey, I haven't bumped in like 6 years, man. You can definitely do it. You know?
From the chat room also, Bobby FG telling Aleister Black will go back to NXT, and a takeover triple threat main event will take place between Demon Balor, Karrion Kross, and Aleister Black.
Oh, I want to see that.
This is also my first pick for Mayhem Mania. Wardlow will also have a huge face run when he turns on MJF. I cannot wait. Just him eyeballing Jack Swagger, whatever his name is fantastic.
I can't talk about that.
Jeez.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm gonna start calling you Insider Chris from now on. Bradley predicts that Rizz will continue being the Peter Lorre of Pittsburgh indie wrestling fans.
Yep, Peter Lorre. Yeah,
Peter Lorre. Oh, thank you.
Sorg. It's Wardlow's world. We're just all living in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, jeez.
Dave also predicts that Mad Mike will still be blocked by Impact a year from now.
Okay, all right.
You'll never be unblocked.
Never.
Forever.
I'm blocked for life.
What got you blocked?
I don't even know.
I remember.
I've said this all the time. I never tweeted about Impact from my personal account. I tweeted from Impact from the Mayhem Show account, but just made sure the motherfuckers know who was tweeting it.
Yeah.
So they
So
found
what did
me.
you tweet?
I don't know. I would live tweet Impact and I would just talk shit about it. I would also say good things about it, but I would talk shit about it.
Like I think we still might be.
What's that, Rizz?
I was gonna say I think we might still be blocked on their UStream page.
Wait, what? UStream?
Oh my gosh.
What the fuck?
Because they had their after show on.
Wait, Rizz,
on UStream.
Rizz, UStream doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still probably blocked from UStream.
If they resurrect the old code, there we are.
Sorg.
You might still be blocked from MySpace too. You never know.
We're also blocked on TalkShoe.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. No,
Blog TV.
I had
We're blocked from Blog TV.
I had the conversation with the new CEO of TalkShoe about why all my shit got deleted. So, in person. Yeah,
Hey,
did I tell you
Sorg,
about that?
Did you do your predictions?
I did not do my predictions.
Do your predictions. What you got?
Predictions, or else I'll read another.
Yeah, Sorg.
Do your predictions before you
Please do your predictions, please, God.
My
Rizz, put the book down.
I'm putting the book down. I can't take that.
I'm gonna start looking up bad wrestling puns if Sorg doesn't predict things.
I think New Japan, their American
Sorg's
Expansion.
just saying words.
I'm writing it as I go, so I have it. The New Japan American expansion will continue. They have the New Japan Strong Show, so like that's going to grow. Whether that be shows with fans when they come back, or if it becomes their own American shows again. I know they kind of had this before, but not crossed over with Ring of Honor. It's going to be their own thing. I think New Japan Strong will become its own kind of American brand and grow from there. I don't know TV show necessarily. They could end up back on AEW.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far.
What did I say? Did I say AEW? I mean Access. Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah.
Sorry.
That I might buy that.
They might get them back because I mean they had a relationship. So.
Yeah.
But were you about to say something?
I have one more that's really far-fetched.
It's a joke.
No. It's not a joke.
Okay.
Joke's not in my hand or at my sleeve. Kenny Omega will appear sometime in the future on NXT.
Oh.
Whoa.
Not as a wrestler. Let me stop. Maybe not as a wrestler, just somebody in the crowd, just there, scouting talent, because he is the belt collector.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
That really got you all.
That's
Brought the room down a little bit, Rizz.
Huh.
I mean, the way they're doing this with him being on Impact really makes me believe that somewhere down the line he's going to just show up on NXT.
That would be fascinating.
I'd agree.
Absolutely.
I have another prediction.
I'd agree.
Everybody will subscribe to Just Pro Wrestling News when it debuts on January 4th on your podcast providers. You can check it out at justprowrestlingnews.com.
Excuse me. That's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
So I'm sorry. What was that again, Sorg?
I said you will subscribe to Just Pro Wrestling News on your podcast provider in 2021, and everybody will.
Like what podcast providers can we get that on? What providers can we get that on?
All of them.
All of them.
The
All of
answer
them.
is yes.
The answer is yes.
You mean Spotify and iTunes and Apple?
You can find it right now on Spotify, Stitcher, and Amazon Music for some reason.
Okay.
And by the beginning of the year, we will also be in the iTunes and
Sorg.
Google podcast stores.
Sorg, what if I'm one of
We're
those
trying to
guys-
help you. For God's sakes,
Sorg.
mention the platforms.
Sorg, what if I'm one of those guys that doesn't want to go scouring the dirt sheets, that doesn't want to hear opinions of these fucking marks like Dave Meltzer? They just want to hear the news.
You want to hear the news? It's by a news professional.
Oh.
A person that worked in the news as a producer on the news with 4 letters.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
That's mainstream Matt Carlins.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
I like him.
Would you like your news?
He's the voice of the people.
Voice of the people and the voice of reason. Would you love the news in 5 minutes or less?
Sit the fuck down.
Would you love to ask Alexa to play Just Pro Wrestling News podcast every morning and make it part of your routine so you can just get the pro wrestling news every morning?
Absolutely.
You can do that.
Absolutely.
Right now, it's in beta test.
And right after that, I'll ask Alexa to fart.
Yes, you can put that all in your routine. Same with Google Home. Actually, I haven't tested on Google Home yet, but we will have that figured out in the next week and a half. Also in the works is we're going to try to do an Amazon skill that's going to make sure that it pops up for you. Also, you can find Just Pro Wrestling News on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook and Twitter. In case you like little squiggly lines while you're listening to your news. Yes, that's my prediction.
Sorg, that sounds delightful.
Yes.
It does.
I hope it will happen. Guys, let me double check my list, make sure the next thing, because I did some stuff out of my intended order. But I believe, is it throwdown time?
Sorg, I finished all my drinks.
You did.
I think I'm ready for this fucking guy.
This fucking guy, he
I
says.
think I'm ready for it.
Says Mad Mike. The challenge has been laid out, and of course, the great Professor
Where
Jakob
is-
Edwinn.
Where is he?
The great Professor Jakob Edwinn has been providing lessons for us throughout the year, throughout our downtime, and educating us, and there was some homework assignments, and Mike and him have come to verbal blows separately, and we invited him onto the Christmas episode.
Mm-hmm.
And well, there was some scheduling issues.
Yeah, scheduling issues. My
But
Aunt Fanny.
that's not to say this didn't happen,
No, it did.
because it did happen.
I took time out of my very busy schedule.
Earlier this afternoon, before Mike got all dressed up for the show, obviously, he joined us, and this is what transpired.
In the spirit of Christmas, hi, it's me, Mad Mike. I'm here. I was told this is going to be somewhat of a tete-a-tete. I think in the, like, on SmackDown and Raw, they call it like a summit or something like that. But it's the holiday season, and I was told he's going to be here, and I can see him. Allow me to introduce our quote-unquote professor, Jakob Edwinn.
So it begins. Mad Mike, remedial Mike, melodramatic Mike, melancholy Mike, whatever you're going by this week. Mike, it begins right off the bat. Quote unquote professor. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. We've never seen your diploma.
You have a lot to say, clearly. You have a lot to get off your chest. You've tried to get it off your chest during the show. So please, by all means, let's hear it. By all means, begin.
Well, I mean, we've never seen a diploma from you, sir. Like, as far as I know, like, I've had many professors in my life. I have several degrees, including one in professional wrestling. Legitimate degree in professional wrestling. And, the best professors I know, they have lesson plans, which you clearly have none, because sometimes you just randomly say matches and don't say when they are, or just give us thought-provoking questions when you don't elicit enough content for me to even think about on a daily basis. It's just, and the fact that you've never come on this show until then gives me pause as to whether or not you even care, because most professors don't insult the people they're trying to educate, which you seem to do on a nearly constant basis by not getting the name of the show right, by not getting the name of my esteemed co-hosts correctly. And honestly, it took you almost 2-3 months to come up with a name for your fucking segment. Like, we expect some professionalism here on this show.
Language, Mike. You have to use profanity when you address me. Obviously, I've struck a chord. Obviously, I've played your notes here. Let's address a few things. First, I'm going to say something that you don't expect me to say. I guarantee it. Michael, you're right. Oh, my. Now, real quick, for those that are only listening, the diploma that Mike held up had sticky notes on it, as any great professional diploma does. So, you've asked for my diploma more times than former President Obama has been asked for his birth certificate. Guaranteed. I feel vilified and slandered, but real quick, Michael, you're right. There's been a lot of things that I've let slip, and a lot of things that I haven't given my full attention, because you know what, Michael? Your show does not deserve my full attention. I do this as a favor. I don't do this for me. I do this for you. And yet, clearly, it's going unappreciated. Now I'm being cut off at the knees, being told that I'm not getting the name of the show right, the name of your co-host right. It's because I don't care enough about the show to do that. It's just that simple. But hey, to your point, maybe going forward, I do need to give you more thought-provoking questions, more pop quizzes. Maybe you need more. Maybe you need all of my attention, Michael. Can you handle all of my attention, Michael? I don't think you can. And you know what? I'm actually not going to give you all of that. There's several reasons. Let's break down a few. For one, the people that get my full attention are going to see me in a wrestling ring. Maybe you forget, maybe because of this fun little, quirky, segments that you forget. I am a professional wrestler, Michael. You are not. I'm a professional wrestler. I get in the ring and I tie people in knots and I serve them a diploma on a silver plate underside my boot. Maybe you can put that together. Maybe that'll kind of settle it in that I don't give you enough attention because you don't deserve my attention. Now, as far as lesson plans and the effort put forth for a professor, maybe I do need to bring more. Maybe I need to bring more to the table. Maybe you're right. This is the spirit of Christmas, but I myself, I prefer the spirit of Festivus. Have you ever heard of Festivus? It's from a very famous show in the 90s called Seinfeld.
From what I hear, it's for the rest of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please go on.
From what I hear, Festivus is for the rest of us.
It's for the rest of us. Thank you, Michael. Beautiful. That's the content that you bring to this show because that's so great. You know what, Michael? The feats of strength are the absolute paramount of the Festivus ritual, where two people get to hash out a tete-a-tete, and eventually they get to physicality, Michael. You never get to physicality. That's very clear by your appearance and by anybody watching. You never get to physicality. But that's lowbrow. That's beneath me. That's a shot I didn't even have to take. So you know what? I even apologize for that.
Hey, the only feats of strength that I have to display is carrying your fucking segment. That's it.
Listen, you couldn't carry the strings on my boots. So, Michael. Michael, what do we do here? Where do we go? Does this go on forever? Do you just want to, play and verbally jab with me forever? Because that's what you're doing, Michael. You're playing. You got a taste of playing the professor for a few weeks there. You got a great little taste of it, and now you can't let it go. You can't let me go. You can't get me out of your mind. And yet, from the start to the end of pressing pause and play on the videos that I record and the lessons that I record for your show, that's the beginning and end of my thoughts on Mad Mike. In fact, sometimes I don't have you in mind at all. But going forward, you're my star pupil. Mike, this is just for you. This is just between you and I. And from now on, the lessons will be catered to you. Is that what you want? Do I want an audience of one? No, I don't have to cater to one Mad Mike. I have to cater to many. Because honestly, I get more responses on my Facebook from this than I do from your show. It's just that simple. And they seem to enjoy it very much on my Facebook, on my Instagram. In fact, I'm getting so many purchases from ProWrestlingTees.com/Jakob Edwinn that I don't know what to do with myself. So, what else do you have to say, Mike?
So, you say that I'm not in your head, which, okay, you can claim that. However, when you have addressed the individual members of the Wrestling Mayhem show, I noticed that I was the only person whose name you got correctly. And, you don't even call Sorg by his proper name, and Sorg, that's an easy name to get. So me think you doth protest a little too much. And I don't know if you know this about me. I actually have several other degrees besides my very real degree in professional wrestling. I am also a master's in chemical engineering, where I was, quote unquote, not really, because I was, a professor. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to giving lessons. So while, yes, I may have never stepped foot in a professional wrestling ring as an active competitor, that is true. That's not what you're proposing. You are coming to us as a teacher, as an educator. You are coming to us to impart knowledge, and I believe you have failed in that regard. Because I feel that when you are an educator, you need to interact with your students. This is 2020. Do you know how much distance learning is going on? How children in kindergarten are learning to get on Zoom chats with their teachers so that they can talk to them and not speak to a screen every week where you ignore us and insult us. And sometimes you don't even give your thoughts on the match. You say very generic statements about the two people involved in the match, and then you just say, and here's your next assignment, blah, 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 and I'm not going to tell you where it is. You're going to have to fucking figure it out. So, yes.
Can we address that real fast? Real fast. You are blaming me for Sorg's mistake. He mixed up the tapes. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but he played my review tape as an assignment and then my assignment as a review tape. It's just that simple. So yes, I give out dates and I give out exact matches because I don't want to mix up, because you guys have gotten the match wrong a couple of times.
Well, okay. Here we go. How about label the files better? That's on you.
I did.
I don't think you have. Sorg's a very intelligent man. He's doing podcasts.
Better organized than I am. I did label them. He even complimented me on that.
No, Sorg has never complimented
me behind the scenes, but Sorg and I get along just fine. We get along just fine. But you seem to have the problem. The guests, the wrestlers, they always seem to love my assignments, my cadence, my everything. I am a valuable asset to wrestlers, whose minds is who I'm catering to. In fact, wrestlers are who gave me the name Professor first. I didn't earn the Professor name.
Exactly.
I earned it in a locker room and in a wrestling ring. I earned it in practice. This is what's the word, Mike?
I don't know. You're the professor. You tell me what the word is.
Is it appointed? Appointed professor?
I believe the word is fake.
Honorary?
Fake.
Honorary might be the word. In any case.
Oh, hold on. How about scripted
in the ring.
Predetermined professor? Is that better?
Predetermined? Scripted? Is this scripted? Is this predetermined? Did we talk about this? I don't think so. So, all right. You bring to the point comments about me rambling in my videos. You love to bring that to the light. Rambling, speaking freely, speaking with my mind and not writing it all down and making sure it's exactly right when I start the camera. Oh, I got it wrong. Let me stop. That's not what's happening here. That's not what happens in my videos. I speak off the cuff, and I watch so much wrestling and so many matches. Like, let's take Umaga. Yeah. Yes, I spoke broadly about Umaga.
I'm sorry, are you still going?
Huh?
I nodded off for a second. Are you still going?
Okay, so it's my fault that you nod off. It's my fault that you don't pay attention in class. It's my fault. It's my fault, Mike. Mike, maybe some people just don't want to learn. Maybe you, like all the other smart marks out there, think they know everything about pro wrestling and think there is nothing left to learn. They think they know it all, so they think they don't have to pay attention. I see this everywhere. I see this in every town and every state that I go to, that they don't want to pay attention. Well, you know what? You have to. I'm shoving it down your throat just like I shove it down the throats of my opponents, just like I shove it down the throats of America. Edwinn's lessons go forward. It is pass or fail. Thank you.
Sword.
Well, that happened.
Sword.
Yes, Chris.
Sword. I am going to beat you
What?
in an inch of your life.
Good Lord.
I want to say this wasn't my idea.
I wasn't. It's the no. Well, Mike, you invited him,
I invited him live.
and you have the conversation.
I invited him live on
And-
the show. He is
and-
Sword,
still,
remember the last time I super kicked you?
Yes.
7 times as stiff next time.
Oh shit. Okay.
I just want to say that segment gave me COVID again.
Oh no.
Well, on that note, everybody, it has been the Wrestling Mayhem Show Christmas special. Thank you so much, everybody that's joined us. Everybody stayed with us. The chat room seemed to be enjoying that. Well, they had
by
an
the
opinion.
way,
They had an opinion.
Ask Bradley can go fuck himself.
Ask Bradley can go fuck himself. Why? Was it the part?
I was just reading his comments.
Was it the part where he said, "I hope that Edwinn will sublet the apartment in Mike's head that Edwinn does not pay rent for"?
He couldn't afford rent in my fucking nostril.
Okay.
I know what professors make, and
All
that's
right.
real professor.
Whoever allowed that to happen,
That'd be Sorg.
A curse upon you and your house.
You know,
Oh,
and I thought 2020 was bad, and then that happened.
I mean,
read
at
another
least it's
joke
in
if you want.
character with the rest of the year.
There we go.
And by the way, he said he was going to take more time. He's not giving us assignment at all.
Well, it's the holiday break, so
No, he said
I'll give assignments. I'll give better assignments.
well, there may be an opportunity there. So we'll
You're
see.
hired.
We'll see what happens in January. We'll see if the professor calls back
quote unquote
on it. Quote unquote. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a holiday. It's a holiday. You know, it's a winter break or whatever it is. I don't know. The wrestling professors go on that schedule too.
He's not a real professor, so he wouldn't know.
Okay.
I don't even think he's been homeschooling at all this whole time he's been home.
Exactly. Well, I tried to school him.
That made me want to self-harm.
Ask
Oh.
me about assisted suicide.
On that note, Chris LeRusso, if people
Shit! I ran out of alcohol.
if people want to be educated on whiskey and professional wrestling, where can they do those things with you?
Chris LeRusso on Instagram, at Chris LeRusso on Twitter, www.facebook.com/Chris LeRusso for the Facebook. I don't have the YouTube totally up and running just yet. The YouTube will probably be coming here shortly. I'm probably going to be continuing to do Liquor with LeRusso for the foreseeable future. We might see a couple variations of it. I've considered doing interviews. I've considered doing some different things. But you will see me evaluating alcohol in all of its forms. And I got to put over IWCWrestling.com, obviously, the Iron City Wrestling Academy, my wrestling school here in Pittsburgh. And I will shout out the other companies in the area. Just, I'll shout out Rise. I'll shout out RWA. I'll shout out Fight Underground. And but I got to shout out my guys as well, IWCWrestling.com, and all the social media associated with that. Oh, and no, I won't shout out the last thing because I'm on your network.
Okay. Tatiana Rose.
You can find me on Twitter at Tatiana_Rose, on Instagram at the Tatiana Rose, on Facebook under, of course, Tatiana Rose, both page and profile. I have a Pro Wrestling Tees shop. Just search Tatiana Rose whenever you go to ProWrestlingTees.com. Shout out to Rise Wrestling as well as Fight Underground Wrestling for the time being. And of course, shout out to the Iron City Wrestling Academy for being such a wonderful home, the home away from home these past couple of months. And yeah.
There you go. And also a part of Top Rope Tabletop Pro Wrestlers playing Dungeons and Dragons that we just recorded. You can see that on Indy Wrestling US, Facebook, and Twitch. I think I have to double check if it's still up on the YouTube page. And we may have to reprocess that. But yes, they're out there.
Go watch me be a dragon. It's a lot of fun.
That's right. Also on the Indy Wrestling US Vimeo page, it's on there. I keep forgetting that we stream to that too. So, yeah. So that is there in its entirety. A lot of fun that was had. The Rizz plays
yeah,
games.
you can follow me. I'm probably never gonna read this book again, but if you want,
Did you get your
subscribe to Rizz Plays Games on Twitch, and tag it as you want a joke from this joke book, and I will definitely read a joke from this joke book.
There you go. Oh, read it while
and
you're
also
playing. That's great.
Twitter and Facebook and everything else.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And oh my, I just got something really interesting. It's something I'll get to in a moment. Ronnie Starks, you're doing. Actually, you changed your name on the Twitters.
I got rid of the Twitters for now.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait. What did I see you on? You're on some internet.
I'm on the Facebook and the.
You can see him. You can see him on this
Instagram.
show. You can see him on this show.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure something out. I think I'm gonna end up changing it back because I have to wait like another 30 days until I get to change it back because the rules. But still Ronnie Starks. So.
Fantastic. And
You're alive.
Who else is in here? What?
I said, Ronnie, I'm glad you're alive.
Yes.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate it.
And
Facade said he's definitely going to make Rizz read the jokes.
Who is?
Facade said that. So
Well, as long as he doesn't murder me, I'm okay with it.
There you go.
That's fair.
And Mad Mike 483 on the Twitters.
Yeah, I'm on the Twitters, I'm on the Grams, I'm on the Facebooks, and also, if you want some good stuff to watch over this holiday season, I highly recommend Stargirl on HBO Max. I just finished it. It's fantastic. And if you like Stargirl and you haven't seen Young Justice, go and watch Young Justice.
I don't know. Did we say this on the air? But I mean, I don't know how much we can talk about it. But congratulations to Mad Mike.
Yes, Mad Mike.
I had some good news today. So yeah.
If you know, you know. But the company that Mike's been working for got an upgrade.
Okay, so hey, but no, kidding aside, because I love giving Mad Mike a hard time, but congratulations to you, Mad Mike. You've worked very hard, and you deserve everything you got. So, Slancha.
Thank you.
There you go. And
Congratulations.
finally, of course, we did have the STD Christmas special on Friday night. You guys probably have already seen it in your feeds, but there's a certain image that was discussed on that because we did have Kid Cupid on the show.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh boy.
And there was a conversation discussed about how there was a picture floating around of him posing Shawn Michaels style with the NWA Heavyweight Championship.
That happened.
That happened.
That did happen.
And I asked for the pictures.
Why?
And you got the pictures?
I have good news and I have bad news.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is he naked and just has a belt?
You shouldn't. Don't show it on Twitch.
The
Sorg.
bad news is that he's not completely Shawn Michaels style, and the good news is he's not completely Shawn Michaels style.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, there it is.
Is a bathtub involved?
Is there? No.
Oh,
Thankfully,
the bathtub.
thankfully it's not. There it
story.
is. There he is with the NWA Heavyweight Championship.
Wait,
same.
is that scrap iron?
Yeah, it's scrap
No.
iron. Yeah, it's scrap iron. That is Adam Pearce.
Who did make an appearance in Pittsburgh?
Yes, he did.
WWE official Adam Pearce.
Apparently he discussed it with Corey Graves because that was the match at a PWX NWA show here in Pittsburgh.
That is true.
And that match.
I actually did commentary for that match.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
And that is actually freely available on YouTube if you want to look that up. I believe I can't remember Potter's. It is Potter, Bobby Williams.
It's on Potter's YouTube, and I believe it is Sterling James Keenan, who is Corey Graves today, but Sterling James Keenan versus Adam Pearce. and it was an NWA world title match held in a log cabin.
That sounds amazing.
In a log cabin?
You know what? Sure.
Oh, the old building.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, the old Ronnie.
Yes.
Excellent. So a little awesome Pittsburgh connection there. So, this is, you said this is the one up in the park, right? The Resnick Pavilion.
Yes.
Resnick. So okay, I was there twice, so I'm familiar with the building. So, guys, thank you so much. Another year passed, and I think we're coming into, is it officially the 15th anniversary of this show in January?
Holy shit!
I got
15 years of Mayhem.
We started in 2006.
No, wait, hold on. When was New Year's Revolution?
2006.
Yeah.
January, first week of January 2006 was our first episode.
Congratulations for 15 years
Mazel tov to that.
of a podcast
Here's
to be proud of.
Here's to not having anything better to do on a Tuesday night for 15 years.
Amen.
There you
And
go.
how many
Salud.
shows have run off Tuesday nights?
That's right. I think we ran off Impact Wrestling twice.
Yep.
The longest reigning episodic podcast
On pro wrestling.
on pro wrestling on the Facebooks.
Sorg, kidding aside, Sorg, thank you for 15 years of supporting the Pittsburgh scene.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been awesome to do this, and awesome to have the Mayhem Nation still hanging out here this late on a Tuesday night, a couple days before Christmas. So thank you everybody out there. We will see you in a new year. Please enjoy the Patreon special coming up in this time slot in your feeds next Tuesday and Wednesday, depending on your feeds and stuff. We'll see you guys until the new year. Mayhem out.
Merry.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.